Hello everyone. My teammate Raghavendra and I Ashrita are going to present on a game theoretic approach for cost-aware load balancing in distributed systems. Let's have a look at the contents that we are going to present today. In the world of networking, we keep hearing the word distributed system. So what actually distributed system is? Basically, a distributed system is not a centralized system. A centralized system is the one where the state or a program is stored on a single computer, which is easy, simple to understand, and can be faster for a single user. Whereas a distributed system is the one where the state is divided over multiple computers, which is more robust, more scalable. That means often supports many users and is also more complex. So, a distributed system is a system in which components are located on different networked computers which can communicate and coordinate in order to achieve a common goal. Coming to the abstract. Before we dive into the topic, as the title suggests, I just want to let you know what a load balancing is. Load balancing is a very important and complex problem in distributed systems. Load balancing is nothing but how well the resources can be effectively utilized. So, in order to make an effective utilization of resources in such systems, an effective load balancing scheme is required. There is a need to develop algorithms that can capture this complexity and yet can be easily implemented and used to solve a wide range of load balancing scenarios. We consider a load balancing problem in distributed systems that has two conflicting objectives. One is minimizing the user's expected response time. It is crucial that the response time should be as quick as possible for a user, and the other one is to minimize the total monetary cost incurred by each user. To satisfy both the objects simultaneously, we consider the objectives in an integrated manner and formulate the problems as an optimization problem. We then cast it into a game theoretic setting and model the load balancing problem as a non-cooperative game. To solve the game, we characterize the best response strategy for each player and derive a decentralized algorithm called cost-aware load balancing algorithm. For further explanations, I will be simply calling it as KALBA. We will also then study the effectiveness of KALBA. Further, to establish the effectiveness of KALBA, we compare it with other load balancing schemes using various system configurations such as varying system size, varying system utilization, and system heterogeneity, and across multiple performance indicators. The computational results shows that the KALBA performs the competitive schemes by reducing the response time and cost, and unlike others, KALBA produces an allocation of load which guarantees fairness between the users. The results demonstrate the suitability of KALBA in realistic scenarios, as it is an adaptable and feasible approach to get a cost-aware load balancing solution. Several real-world systems fit into the load balancing scenario. In particular, our study is inspired by the cloud computing systems where a large number of computational devices are shared among a large number of users. The load balancing in cloud computing is used as infrastructure as a service, that is IaaS. As we all know that IaaS is a service model that offers a cluster of machines. It may be a physical or a virtual for clients to perform their tasks. In IaaS systems, Each machine acts as a server, and the computing speed of servers may be different. The clients of the cloud are charged according to the per CPU are consumed. The cloud resources are owned by individual. Example, Amazon and HP Cloud. In such a distributed cloud computing, the service provider wants to effectively manage the utilization of resources and wants to maximize its revenue without charging any extra amount from its clients. This follows from the fact that the cloud computing is a competitive market with several other providers. In such a scenario, the survival and the success of a service provider depend even more heavily on an appropriate load balancing policy. Particularly, the service provider has to deal with two conflicting objectives that are mentioned earlier. When users consider the first objective, then it would be reasonable to utilize the faster services as much as possible. Due to this temptation towards faster services, slower servers become overloaded, that is, underutilized. As a result, a user's job can take longer to execute on a server that is heavily loaded as opposed to a lightly loaded. Since the pricing scheme is based on the per unit time used, this selfishness of the users may cause them to pay more under the heavy load condition. Due to this temptation towards slower servers, the impact of processing capacity is overlooked, and the slower servers become more overloaded. Consequently, the total monetary cost of each user is minimized, but the expected response time is maximized. We propose a load balancing scheme that, on the one hand, minimizes the expected response time of users and on the other hand, minimizes the total monetary cost incurred by the users in executing their jobs on servers. Both the objectives are integrated to form a new objective, which is defined as a penalty function of the user. We formulate the problem of minimizing the penalty function as a non-cooperative game called non-cooperative load balancing game between users as they compete with each other in sharing the servers. The solution concept of the game is defined as Nash equilibrium, where no player will be better off by deviating, and in other words, every player is playing the best response strategy in response to other players' strategy choices. In this view, we characterize the best response strategy of each player and then propose an algorithm to compute this strategy. Finally, to compute the Nash equilibrium of the non-cooperative game, we propose a distributed algorithm referred to as cost-aware load balancing algorithm. The empirical results show that the cost-aware load balancing algorithm not only provides optimal jobs execution time but also provides an optimal monetary cost for users, which are the two objectives that we are expecting. The contributions are: we consider a load balancing problem in a distributed and non-cooperative environment with two conflicting objectives. We consider both the objectives in an integrated manner by applying the weighted sum method. We model this problem as a non-cooperative game called non-cooperative load balancing game. We propose a distributed load balancing algorithm GALBA to compute the Nash equilibrium of the game. We also perform a rigorous experimental study to show the efficiency of GALBA. Load balancing problem in distributed computing systems have been extensively studied and a good volume of literature exists. A centralized solution of the load balancing problem in a distributed environment is not feasible due to scalability and complexity reasons. In a distributed computing environment, such as cloud interactions between different users when considered players can be ignored. Each player utility is not only affected by his or her action but also by the action of other players. Game theory can perfectly capture this inherent interaction between players. In game theoretic settings, a natural modeling framework involves finding a stable operating point called Nash equilibrium. Game theoretic solutions of the load balancing problem in distributed computing systems have been studied in various works. Load balancing in distributed systems is taken as a non-cooperative game. In this game, the payoff for each player is the expected response time to execute its jobs. To find the NE, that is Nash equilibrium of the game, the authors have proposed a distribution algorithm. The problem of optimal flow control in communication networks and proved that in presence of self-interested users, the problem of allocating the flow is similar to the tragedy of the commons problem, and obtained Nash equilibrium is not a good solution. A non-cooperative game-based framework is proposed to solve the load balancing problem in computational grids. In all these works, the job's execution time of the players is considered and the server cost is overlooked completely. However, the load balancing problem with two objectives is as minimizing the response time of the users and minimizing the load imbalance between servers. A game theoretic algorithm which provides fairness among users is proposed to maximize the utilization of servers by minimizing the segmentation of servers. Recently, to minimize the total cost including electricity bill and monetary loss due to improper service management in geo-distributed internet data centers. Some other works have studied the load balancing problem in different application domains. For instance, a dynamic load balancing problem to minimize the make span and to maximize the ratio of tasks is studied. An approach is studied to improve the utilization of servers by reducing the utilization skewness. Computational offloading and resource allocation problems in the mobile edge computing domain. An iterative algorithm is also proposed for intending to minimize time and energy consumption. A modified B algorithm is also proposed to solve a bi-objective problem that arises in content delivery systems. Recently, researchers have attempted to develop the cost and energy aware schemes to find the appropriate allocation strategies. The distributed system architecture consists of three layers, including the user, that is client layer, front-end node layer, and the server layer. Servers execute the request, that is job or overload of a user. Generally, in the cloud computing setting, to assign the workload of a user, a front-end node called dispatcher is needed. Following the previous work, we adopt the workload distribution mechanism which is transparent to the users. Each user will assign its workload to a dispatcher which will further distribute the workload to a set of servers chosen to accord with some load distribution policy. The server will send the processed result to the dispatchers and the dispatchers will relay back to the result to the user. Now, Raghava will continue.
Hi, this is Raghavendra. I am going to explain the further slides. So I'm going to explain the distributed system model. So the distributed system model, it comprises of three layers, including the client layer, front end layer, and the server layer. So the servers execute the request workload of a client in the distributed computing setting to allot the remaining task at hand of a client. A front end layer is called as dispatcher, and it is required for this distributed system model. So here let n equal to 1 to n is a set of n servers operated by the service provider. The servers have different processing capacity. So J is an element of n characterized by its service rate of mu j. So here Pj is the price per unit usage rate of server j. We denote the set m equal to 1 to m of users who want to share a set of n servers. Every user I has a defined amount of workload to execute on cloud. Each user assigns its workload to a dispatcher who further distributes its workload by splitting lambda I, or the set of parallel servers. At each server, the arrival of workload from dispatchers occur according to the Poisson process. So here the execution time of the jobs are exponentially distributed, and the jobs are executed according to the first come first served discipline. Here the dispatcher will take all the decisions related to the workload allocation. Therefore, we assume without loss of generality that each user is associated with the separate dispatcher. Load allocation model. We have a set of dispatchers and a number of servers operating separately. Each dispatcher I has a job of lambda I size and wants to assign its job by splitting it through the servers. So the dispatcher will determine how its tasks to be distributed between the servers. The workload is distributed by splitting each server. Here the goal is to find a feasible load balancing strategy in such a way that the estimated response time of each user is reduced, and this can be achieved by using these conditions. The condition 1 is a dispatcher assigns non-negative amount of workload to a server. So here there may be a certain amount of workload necessary. So coming to the condition 2, a dispatcher assigns its load to at least one server. So condition 3 is the total job arrival rate to a server is less than its service rate. Cost model. When the users need to use a server based on the utilizations, then it requires high-end platform to support all the clients. To minimize the cost to the users, dispatchers comes into picture, helping them in reducing cost to the users by segregating the workload to multiple servers, which reduces the cost and helps in reducing the workload on a particular server. So the best example I can give is the pricing model is to consider Amazon EC2 on-demand instances, which allows to users to be charges with the amount of services utilized instead of purchasing and maintaining the hardware. So it implies the per unit time utilization cost of the server is directly proportional to the service rate, which indicates servers with high service rate are priced high value, while prices of servers with low service rate are priced as low. Coming to the game formulation, we use non-cooperative game in this theoretical approach. A non-cooperative game is defined by a set of rules that guides the behavior of each player and helps her in selecting a strategy according to the preference over a set of possible strategies. A player is free to take any decision to progress in the game. The utility of the player is determined not only by its decision but also affected by the decision of other players participating in the game. It can be observed that load assignment of a user is influenced by the strategies of other users. Each user has its level of satisfaction and is self-interested in the sense that it is only interested in minimizing its objective function value. In fact, in the load distribution scenario, users are competing with each other to assign their load to the servers in such a way that their objectives can be optimized. From a game theoretic point of view, such a competition is considered as an instance of non-cooperative game. So coming to the Nash equilibrium, after the competition, users arrive at a point where none of them wants to change their decision. This stable point is known as Nash equilibrium in the game theory. So CALBA, cost-aware load balancing algorithm. This algorithm is initiated by one of the players called the initiating player. This player determines the best response strategy by correcting the other strategies. Player 1 does the following to determine its best response. The player receives a message from the anti-clockwise neighbor. When the received message is an end message, so the flag may be stopped, so the other players must be stopped. Then the player 1 will move the termination message to his clockwise neighbor and declare the strategy initially assigned. If the message received by the player 1 from its anti-clockwise neighbor is not a terminating message, that is the player 1 tell the remaining players to continue the game. Then the player 1 determines the available service rate of each server by evaluating the length and duration of the running queue. It computes the best response strategy, the penalty value and the standard. Then player 1 sends the updated value of the standard to its clockwise neighbor. It computes the best response strategy, the penalty value of the standard. Then the player sends the updated value of the standard to his clockwise neighbor. Here the players sequentially update their strategies. The pseudocode of the proposed algorithm is presented in. So now coming to the effect of system utilization. Here here we choose non-cooperative load balancing scheme. Each player wants to reduce their expected response time without taking into account the expense factor. We will be referring it as minimum response time, the minimum RC. Cost minimization scheme. Players are involved in reducing the amount of money they have incurred the cost of using the servers without taking care of the answer time to time. Global price minimization scheme, it's GPMS. The goal is to reduce the total cost of the execution of all the work on the network. We have changed the global price minimization scheme to fit the heterogeneous model. So it presents, so this graph presents the fairness index for different values, device utilization from 50% to 90% based on load balancing decisions made by the cost-aware load balancing algorithm. So the minimum response time and the minimum cost and the global price minimum scheme, it varies independently. This varied utilization indicates to the overall jobs rate of arrival in the program from 1800 to 3240 jobs per second. From the graph in presentation, Kalba has fairness index value of almost 1 over the entire utilization period. The main advantage of a cost-aware load balancing algorithm to ensure the same expected response time for all the players. So here the minimum response time of fairness index value is better than the minimum cost and global price minimization scheme. And the fairness index for minimum cost varies from 0.975 at low utilization, that is at 50%, to 0.96 at high utilization, that is 90%. And the global price minimization scheme yields the worst results in terms of fairness index. The fairness index value, it only targets cheaper servers or slow servers. Now coming to the system utilization versus global response time. Here for different device utilization values, the values will be different based on the allocation strategies given by the cost-aware load balancing algorithm. Here the minimum response time, minimum cost and GPMS, price of the global response time, are different, provided by the Kalba. This is the lowest for the whole range of usage. The global response value for minimum response time is higher than the cost-aware load balancing algorithm value and lower than the minimum response time value. Here minimum cost and the GMPS, nonetheless the value of the global response time obtained by the minimum cost is better than all other strategies. So coming to the system utilization versus global monetary cost, Kalba is best in all terms of GMC value. Surprisingly, minimum cost, whose aim is to reduce GMC, global monetary cost, is the worst performer in GMC. It itself, that's why minimum cost allocates the bulk of the load less efficient servers. So its global monetary cost is higher than the others. So coming to system utilization versus load imbalance, the percent load imbalance between different loads, the servers at different utilization rates for each scheme are shown in the graph. You can see from the graph that the percent load imbalance for minimum cost is the lower, the best cost, because of its inherent tendency to reduce costs, not only high power servers that are costly servers, but it also allocates a large amount of load to less efficient servers. The percent load imbalance value of cost-aware load balancing algorithm is between minimum cost and GPMS. However, the 70% load imbalance for cost-aware load balancing algorithm is 35%, and depending on the decision maker or the system designers. So the percent load imbalance value can be similar to or above the minimum appropriate amount. We may therefore infer that the proposed cost-aware load balancing algorithm is more efficient in terms of consumption than the minimum cost, GPMS, and the minimum response time from the graph. Effect of system heterogeneity. So here, speed skewness, we use the ratio of the maximum service rate to the minimum service rate of the servers is known as speed skewness. The heterogeneity of a distributed system is described by the handling rate of various servers. One of the common measures to evaluate the degree of heterogeneity is called speed skewness, which is characterized as the proportion of the most extreme assistance rate to the base help pace of the servers. Speed skewness with the high estimation of skewness has significant level of heterogeneity. The servers have different configuration for the different load balancing. So finally, conclusion. Here, a load balancing algorithm in distributed system has two conflicting objectives. So minimizing the user's expected response time and minimizing the total monetary cost incurred by each user. So we use for this cost-aware load balancing algorithm we compare cost-aware load balancing algorithm with 3 other load balancing schemes across multiple performance metrics. In this direction, we performed various experiments with different types of system configurations such as varying system size, varying system utilization, and the system heterogeneity. The empirical results discerned that our cost-aware load balancing not only outperforms its competitive algorithms in terms of response time and monetary cost, but also yields its system-wide performance. Finally, it is established that cost-aware load balancing algorithm is an adaptable and feasible approach to get a cost-aware load balancing solution. For immediate extension to this work can be in 2 distinct directions. First, as with any computed system, burst arrivals need to be considered. In our work, although we consider the arrivals as a Poisson process, the results of this work can be directly applied at a higher level by considering burst traffic arrival by a batch arrival process. Bursts of packet arriving according to a Poisson process. However, it would be interesting to model and analyze the burst arrival process separately and redesign the strategies proposed in this work. Second, it would be interesting to consider factors such as energy cost and server availability in the formulation, which are practical importance for this. Thank you. So